Hey people. So before documenting my ADHD meds journey, when I get my meds through, and the payment went out today, so should get them next week, I wanted to do a video about some of the stuff I struggle with so that I know that if the meds are working, I'm going to find myself struggling with those things less. So I'm going to do a series of videos. So the first thing that I definitely notice is I'm always looking for the next course to buy, which I'm never going to finish. I very rarely finish any of the courses. I think at last count, I probably had about 50 that I've bought, started, lost the book that I put the information in, started again, lost where I put those notes as well, got bored, and then another course came along and I thought, that'll be the one that'll help me with whatever crazy thing it was I was thinking about at the time. There's the tidying side, so the autistic side of me really wants things to be tidy and clear. I'm looking at my desk right now. It is not tidy or clear. You'll have seen videos of me doing tidying. Things don't stay tidy for very long. And I do like things being clear, uncluttered, and this is not uncluttered. Finishing things. Sometimes starting things, I tend to start things slightly better, but I've got so many ideas in my head that I really struggle to either get them all out onto some bit of paper, which I'll invariably lose, or put them in some sort of filing system where I haven't filed them, and my brain then thinks that would make sense to have put that somewhere else, and it's not where it should be, and I've given it the wrong title or whatever. So I'm finding that slightly easier since I started using Obsidian, because you can do hashtags and stuff, but I change my hashtags, I call things different things. So I do struggle with starting stuff, but I definitely struggle with finishing stuff. So I've got at least 5, 6, 7 off the top of my head projects that I'm working on for work. I've got 3 craft projects I'm doing. I'm reading about 5 books. I never finish a book. I have to highlight religiously because my executive functioning short-term memory issue means I don't remember what I've read. So I'm always rereading. So I very rarely get to the end of a book. If I get to the end of your book, it's because your book is fucking amazing, because that's the only reason that would happen. So finishing things, knowing where things are, labelling things in a consistent way so I can actually find them. I spend a lot of time, as I said, trying to find where I put the thing, where I wrote my notes, what book I had with me at the time, which diary I was using, because I have about 5 different organisers. I have about 3 different diaries, different sizes for different bags that I use, because I keep changing the bags that I take out every day, blah, 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 blah. So you can see sort of where I'm going with that sort of thing. I'll look up some other stuff, because that's not all of it, but those are the ones that I wanted to talk about today. It's sort of organisational stuff. Also, if you want to go and look at the video I did yesterday, I had a bit of a rant about late diagnosis. So this is something I'm finding that I'm struggling with, is firstly coming to terms with my autism diagnosis at the age of 49. That was 18 months ago. Got my ADHD diagnosis obviously 2 days ago, so I'm now dealing with sort of unpacking what that means, although I had a vague idea I was ADHD, but you never know for sure until you've actually spoken to somebody who's it's their job to work that out for you. So I had a bit of a rant. Go and have a look at that video, because I was talking about what does late diagnosis actually mean. I was diagnosed autistic at 49 and ADHD at 51. That gives a whole different set of things that I need to deal with as a 49-year-old and a 51-year-old who's got adult kids who also have have autism at the moment, both looking for ADHD diagnoses, where I've got to sort of apologise for the fact that I didn't feckin' know that that's what I was like as a kid, because nobody spotted it, and therefore I didn't spot it in my kids, and nor did my husband, who was late diagnosed ADHD at, I don't know what age, but in his 40s. So I came up with my own system. So I was 4XL diagnosed autistic and 5XL diagnosed ADHD. My daughter was 1XL diagnosed autistic. My eldest was 2XL diagnosed autistic. So my daughter was diagnosed in her teens. My eldest was diagnosed in their 20s. And I do think it makes a difference, because finding people who have experienced similar things to you. So me talking to somebody who was diagnosed in their 40s is going to be very different to someone diagnosed in their 20s, because they'll have lived, even if they're in their 40s now, they'll have lived a very different life to me, because they knew for half of their life that they were autistic and they could either unmask or whatever. Whereas I'm dealing with that now, whilst also trying to deal with the fact that I had kids who didn't know because I didn't spot it, because they were just like me. So if you've got a system that can deal with that sort of thing, or you know somebody's already ranted about it in the way that I really struggle with, then let me know. Go and watch that video and put some comments on it. But I just thought I'd start my journey by explaining some of the things I'm going to be looking at. Maybe I won't get as annoyed about late diagnosis covering anyone from the age of like 17, 16 upwards to 60. But anyway, I'll stop ranting now. And I'll post again about other things that I'm thinking that I'm going to keep an eye on as I start my meds. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye.